So what you're seeing right now is actually me recording on my iPhone, and what you're hearing is actually me recording on this microphone wirelessly to my iPhone with a little tiny device called the Comica VD Live 10. Hey guys, Mike here from Envy Creative. So today I want to talk about a new product that we just picked up that we've really been liking a lot lately, and that's called the Comica VD Live 10. Now we bought this with our own money just because we really thought that it was a cool looking product, and we wanted to start trying to do a little more stuff just on our phones, and so that's why we picked this up. What it is it's actually a dual transmitter wireless microphone system for your iPhone, which plugs directly into your Lightning port on your iPhone. Now, we've actually been looking for something like this for a long time now. We use our iPhones around the studio just if we need to take something really quickly, or we just want to do a quick talking head without rigging up our big camera or even getting our Sony ZV-1 ready with how we set that up. Setup couldn't be easier. You actually just take it out of this charging case, which actually houses both transmitters and the receiver while charging them, and you just hook it up to your Lightning port on your iPhone, and then turn it on, and then turn on your transmitter, and you're ready to go. Like I said, it's a 2-transmitter setup, so it actually records in stereo if you want it to, so that you can record 2 channels. As you may or may not know if you've seen some of our previous videos, we really like to stress test products when we're trying them out, and we like to put them in real production environments on one of our commercials or just with our actors. So this week we actually shot a few commercials, and we wanted to reshoot those commercials with our iPhone 13 Pro Max and the Comica VD Live 10 to see if we could get just as good quality from our iPhone and from this wireless microphone system as our big production cinema camera and our professional microphones. Now, obviously, like I said, we were re-recording the commercials using our iPhone and this because with client work, we always use our big expensive cameras. Now, there are a couple of other items kind of like this on the market, but none that we've seen at least that have a dual transmitter system. A lot of them are just single transmitter systems, meaning they only have one transmitter. They don't have 2 transmitters, so 2 people can be talking at the same time like this one does. So now you can check out how we used them in the field while we were recording actual commercials to see our workflow and to see how we set them up. So first, before we actually shot anything real with it, we did want to try out the microphones just to make sure they were working correctly, just in some test shots. Normally we do exterior shots and interior shots, so we tried the microphones outside and inside to make sure that they worked well in both environments.
So it's super cool when mom's really loving me because I'm a doctor and you're, what are you again, a librarian?
We were actually trying out a new third-party camera app just for us to use for this called ProTake. So we also got a few extra shots just to dial in the color and the settings. Now these can work perfectly with the built-in camera app on the iPhone, just in video mode, so you can use it for that, no problem. However, one thing that we did notice is that we did try to use this with Filmic Pro, and is normally our go-to filming app, but for some reason with these microphones specifically, it blows out the microphone and the audio is completely unusable. Now we're not sure why this is happening. We've tried to bring it down, the gain on the microphone through the app, with no success. We even reached out to Filmic to let them know of this issue, and they said that they're going to investigate it further, since again it's only a problem with Filmic. With other apps and even the built-in iPhone camera app, it works great. So once we had the tests out of the way, we started actually filming the commercials. For most of the commercials we shot, we actually just had our actors wearing lav mics under their shirt, and we just had the lav mics plugged into the 3.5mm jack on the transmitter. So the microphones that we use with this are the Rode Lav microphones that you would normally use with the Rode Wireless Go system. So XVive sent us these 2 microphones. They're LV2, which is a sub-miniature microphone, a little tiny one. But today we're going to be using their LV1 because this is their professional version. So with this, all we're going to do is just plug it right into the top there. And then we're just going to give it to our actor so that he can put on the microphone. Here you go. Action.
So how about we pop the hood and you can take a look. Instead of guessing, get a pre-purchase inspection from UVI.
We were actually pretty impressed with the XVive V1 microphone. It stood up pretty well to the Rode wireless mics, and I would say it sounded on par for an equivalent microphone. So these are especially handy when you're location shooting with your iPhone, because then you don't have to bring a lot of gear. You just bring your iPhone, maybe an ND filter for your iPhone, which we like to use, and a case that carries all the audio equipment. One of the reasons why we use a third-party camera app when we're recording things professionally like commercials is mainly because we have control of the shutter speed. Now on the normal iPhone camera, it does a great job getting a great picture just automatically, but the thing is, it can look a little bit different from normal film because they increase the shutter speed a lot to help with the exposure. So when you have an app like Filmic or ProTake, you can set the shutter speed to say 1/48, which is the best shutter speed to make 24 frames a second look the most natural and correct. But then with that, you have to dial in the exposure a little bit better and use some other equipment like a ND filter that just clips onto our iPhone, and it's a variable ND filter, so you can actually adjust it for your needs. So on location, the Comica wireless system was working out great. We were getting great audio, and the best part was we didn't have to bring a lot of bulky equipment. We could just shoot on the iPhone with a simple iPhone tripod mount.
Action?
Yeah, it looks yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at here.
One thing that did happen while we were shooting is that we use Rycoat stickies to stick on the microphones underneath our talent shirts, and we actually didn't have enough that day in case one fell off. And so one of our actors got a little too sweaty, I think, and the sticky came off. So we actually had one of us stand off camera and just use the built-in microphone on the transmitter slightly off frame to kind of act as a boom mic. Okay, so we just finished filming all of our outside and location scenes. Hopefully it turned out pretty good. We're gonna bring it back in and we're gonna see how it all sounds and how it all looks. But now here's some example clips of the finished commercial, audio corrected and all, but again, we just used our iPhone and we used the Comica wireless mics.
The backpack alone is everything I needed. The bag functions as a diaper bag, a baby carrier, or a heavy-duty backpack. I can use the baby carrier by itself, and it even has separate...
And as you can see and hear, it sounds actually really good even on a windy day.
So how about we pop the hood and you can take a look?
Yeah, it looks yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at here.
Now, a couple other cool things about this system is the case is a rechargeable case, so you actually plug it in with USB. It does hold a charge, and then it also charges and syncs all of the transmitters and the receiver. And if for some reason they ever unpair, they do have a little pair button right here. And one of the other things we love about the system is the transmitters actually have a small built-in microphone on them, which you're actually listening to right now. Not only that, but they also have a 3.5mm mic jack that you can plug other microphones into. They do have another cool feature on the side which we've never personally used. It's called a dual directional system. So basically you turn this little switch here, and instead of using the 3.5mm jack for a microphone, you can actually use it for headphones to listen to your playback. And one of the best things we love about this is it's actually an affordable system, so you're not breaking the bank getting really good quality mics. Our actors actually asked us about these because a lot of them do self-tapes with their iPhone for auditions, and they still want to get really good quality audio, but they just want something really quick that they can just plug and play. Before we keep going, we put a lot of time and thought into these videos to give you guys the best information and to really get something out of the video. If you found this video helpful or you gained anything of it, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to see more videos when they come out from us, feel free to also subscribe. We also post on our Instagram every day with behind the scenes of us at the studio working on projects. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of what we're doing, feel free to follow us there. So again, we're really happy with this product. We're probably going to be using this a lot more now that we've had time to stress test it and really test it because of its ease of use and the quality you get from it, and really just how quickly it is to get up and get going by just plugging it into your lightning port on your phone, clipping it in and turning it on, and you're ready to go. Thanks so much guys for watching. And if you have any questions about the Comica VD Live 10 system, or if you have any questions or comments about anything else you saw in the video, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll catch you in the next one.